men and a country focus on Japan. In commemoration of the 100th birth anniversary of Satyajit Ray, the festival will be screening a documentary on Rabindranath Tagore made by him. Paying homage to the Czechoslovakian master Jiří Menzel, a 7-hour-long documentary made by him by Indian filmmaker Shivendra Singh Durgapur will be screened. The festival also pays homage to one of the pioneers of Indian film and media studies, Father Gaston Robert. A documentary made on Father Gaston Robert, directed by Sri K.J. Das, will be screened at the festival. Dr. Sameshwar Kaumik, author and film critic, will be talking about the contribution of Father Gaston Robert. Jury chairman P.N. Ramachandran's documentary will also be screened in a session themed Jury Films. The competition session had a theme, Alone Together. The festival has chosen 22 entries for the competition, in which 20 are short films and 2 are documentaries. The best film will be awarded with a cash prize of ₹50,000 and a certificate. Second best film ₹25,000 and a certificate. Certificate will also be given to the best director, best cinematographer, best sound design, and best editing. I am honored today to welcome our esteemed guests. We have with us T. Krishnamurthy, Chairman of Orange Film Academy, renowned director Mr. Damodar Prasad, Principal of St. Thomas College Dr. Joy K.L., Mr. C.S. Biju, the Director of Media Studies at St. Thomas College, and Mr. Jayan Joseph, Managing Trustee and CEO of Orange Film Academy. We also have with us Dr. K. Govinathan, filmmaker and trustee of Orange Foundation, Mr. V.K. Joseph, Executive Member of the Kerala Chalachitra Academy, and Mr. Surendra Singh Durgapur, renowned filmmaker and founder of Film Heritage Foundation, and Mr. Girish Kumar, Executive Director and Online Film Festival. Thank you. I welcome you all.
Good evening, everyone. Actually, this online film festival is unique in very different ways. It has got a very varied themes, and it is paying homage to Gaston Robert and Jiří Menzel. It's got a very different kind of films to be watched. Actually, today morning I saw Satyajit film on Rabindranath Tagore, and also I watched some competition films. I felt this is very rich in content and very unique in the way it's being presented in different venues, online venues. I think this is very rare in Indian film festival. This festival feel like online. Of course, online film festivals are just arriving, but this is very. This has become sort of benchmark for all film festivals. Online film festivals. And this is being conducted in association with Orange Film Academy also. Orange Film Academy is a new concept where we have different online courses for filmmaking. Every department of filmmaking, cinematography, editing, sound design, direction, and even doing appreciation and cinema. These courses are being started by a number of us, and admissions are just going on. So that way, this is a sort of combination of film festival and academic activities. So I hope you all will have a very good, happy viewing of all these movies. Thank you very much.
Now we have Mr. Damodar Prasad, who is presently working as the director of EMRC Calicut and is a noted film critic and speaker on both the earlier and current cinemas and cultural issues. I invite you to say a few words.
Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Krishna sir. Good evening to all. So this is in a way an historic moment. I would say historic in the sense that 6 months from the pandemic, after the pandemic lockdown, we are just only 6 months. So from today onward, actually the unlock, the fourth unlock has started. But the the pervasiveness of pandemic is still, existing. After the pandemic, all of us are compelled to, move toward back to home, stay at home. That was the motto. In that time, most of the human engagements activities migrated to online platform, online sites. Many of the international renowned film festivals also announced their interest moving online. At the same time, you would know that many of the platforms, online screening platforms, also became very active. So, that in that sense, in Kerala, one or two film festivals also had their online edition. So, although this is a new venture, in the history of film festivals, this will be a noted festival. I mean, the festival organized by the Orange Academy and International Film Festival of Thrissur. For three reasons, in particular three reasons. One, the kind of the packaging that we have done for the festival is very unique, as Krishna sir was telling you all. The packaging, very scheduled, the rich diversity, the kind of representation, the representatives of content, narrative, and the countries. So you have a very rich representation, a diversity of representation is there. Second, in the competition, we had two similar festivals. I would not say similar because other festivals don't have any. I don't think they had any competition session. So this festival we have a competition session, and competition has a specific focus. And the specific focus, the theme of the festival, alone, together, which resonates the times that we live, the crisis that we are actually going through, the situation, the existential crisis that we are actually encountering. So it in a way resonates that existential sort of dilemma or a crisis, alone, together. So this is the theme of the festival. But we are not restricting this theme to the period of pandemic. No, it's a universal theme. The experience of loneliness, experience of the togetherness, collectivity. So this is a universal theme experienced through across generations in different way. So the films that we have got for the competition session reflects this human ethos of alone, together. So that is one thing. The third thing is that there is a certain kind of this is organized not by some this is organized not just a kind of a film screening activity. The organization behind this festival is Orange Academy, which is into academics, which has in a very unique way they are going to start online programs in film studies, film production, film making, different areas in film making. So in that all combined together, this is a kind of very, very unique experience that we are providing. So this is the first edition of our online short film and documentary festival, and I hope that we have two very important sessions. Paying homage to Jerry Mansell, Dr. Shivendra Singh Dungarpur, who has done a film on a documentary on Jerry Mansell. We will be giving inaugural talk, talking about the Czechoslovakian New Wave, and also this session on Dr. Father Gaston Roberts, who you know as one of the pioneers of Indian media film studies. So there is a session on Gaston Roberts, a documentary made on TV screen. Along with that, we have a tribute talk on Gaston Roberts. We have a screening of Jerry Mansell's documentary, that 7-hour long documentary directed by Shivendra Singh Dungarpur, also we screened in a separate session. So we are also paying homage to the Satyajit Ray because of his 100th birth anniversary. In commemoration of his 100th birth anniversary, we are also screening. We have already screened a documentary made by a master on another master. Tagore on Ray on Tagore. So that was already screened. In the competition session, got 22 films. 20 were short films and 2 were documentaries. So we have started screening. Tomorrow also we will be screening in 3 consecutive days, 21, 22nd and 23rd. And I would also like to share a few things. As we are, as Krishna are also talking about the Orange Academy, there are few people who I would like to introduce you. I mean, who have taken considerable initiate effort, who have made, to make this program in a way successful. One is Cherian Joseph, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Orange Academy, who has, in a way ideated, had a very long deliberation discussion with how to organize this festival online with the technical person as well as the, the academics and other filmmakers. So he had a very, he was in discussion for the last 2 months how to make this kind of a unique venture. So Cherian, of course I would mention Cherian, who is the CEO of the Orange Academy. Then our academic council member, Dr. K. Gopinath sir, who is also a reputed filmmaker as well as a film critic, philosopher of film. And of course Krishna sir. Then Girish, who is Girish Kumar, who is executive director of the film, who has been, one of the central person who have been organizing this festival, from day one onwards. Then the technical collaboration given by the technical support given by the ICT Academy is also to be acknowledged. ICT Academy, because they have provided considerable technical facility, technical support to us to make this very functional. And about the jury also I would like to mention, we have a 3-panel jury, and P.N. Ramendra, well-known documentary filmmaker, P.N. Ramendra is heading the jury. And along with P.N. Ramendra, we have Dekha Raj, a young academic and scholar, female scholar, and also Aditya Shankar, who is a bilingual poet. So they are the jury members. So they are the jury members for the competition session. That will be announced towards the end of this festival. And these are the person who are involved in the festival. Also, they are also involved in the activities of Orange Academy. So with that, I also welcome the principal of the St. Thomas College, Dr. Joy, and I also invite him to talk to you on the festival. Very well introduce him, sir.
Now, Dr. Joy is principal of St. Thomas College, one of the grand and reputed colleges in Kerala.
Good evening to all. Mayor Sri Adita Jayarajan, Sajjad from China, Sri Sivendra Singh Kapoor, or St. Thomas College Autonomous എല്ലാവിധ ഭാവങ്ങളും ഈ അവസരം ഞാൻ നേരുകയാണ്. ആൾക്കാർ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യത്തിലുമായിട്ടുള്ള ഭരണാധികാരികളുടെ കയ്യേറ്റങ്ങളുടെ യഥാർത്ഥത സിനിമകളിൽ ഒപ്പിച്ച ആക്ഷേപഹാസ്യങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ട് നേരിട്ട ചെക്ക് നവതരംഗ സിനിമാ പ്രസ്ഥാനത്തെ പ്രജ്വലിപ്പിച്ച മഹാരഥന്മാരിൽ പ്രഥമ ഗണനീയനാണ് വിഖ്യാത ചെക്ക് സംവിധായകൻ ജെറി മെൻസിൻ. ഇന്നത്തെ ആധുനിക കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ ചലച്ചിത്ര മാധ്യമ ലോകത്ത് ഭരണാധികാരിയുടെ അടിച്ചമർത്തലുകളെയും സെൻസർഷിപ്പിനെയും അതിജീവിച്ച് സമൂഹത്തിലെ നന്മയുടെ ശബ്ദമാകുവാൻ, വേദനിക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമാകുവാൻ നവചലച്ചിത്ര മാധ്യമരംഗങ്ങളിൽ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നവർക്ക് സാധിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ ഞാൻ ആശംസിക്കുക. നവതരംഗ ചെക്ക് സിനിമാ പ്രസ്ഥാനത്തിൻ്റെ മഹാരഥന്മാരിൽ പ്രഥമ ഗണനീയനായ വിഖ്യാത ചെക്ക് സംവിധായകൻ ജെറി മെൻസിൻ്റെ പേരിലുള്ള ഈ വേദി ഇന്ത്യയുടെ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യ സമര കാലഘട്ടം മുതൽ ഇന്ന് വരെ സ്വതന്ത്ര ചിന്തയിൽ ആവിഷ്കാരം വിളലമായ തോമസ് കലാലയത്തിൽ ഒരുക്കിയതിന് ഓറഞ്ച് ഫിലിം അക്കാദമി ചെയർമാൻ ശ്രീ ടി കൃഷ്ണനുണ്ണിക്കും, ചലച്ചിത്ര ചലച്ചിത്രോത്സവം ഡയറക്ടർ ശ്രീ ദാമോദർ പ്രസാദിന് പ്രത്യേകമായിട്ട് ഞാൻ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്. ഓറഞ്ച് ഫിലിം അക്കാദമി സെന്റ് തോമസ് കോളേജുമായി സംയുക്തമായി നടത്തുന്ന ഓൺലൈൻ പ്രോഗ്രാമുകൾക്ക് നേതൃത്വം നൽകുന്ന സെന്റ് തോമസ് കോളേജ് മീഡിയ സെന്റർ ഡയറക്ടർ CS ബിജു സാറിനും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ വിഭവങ്ങൾക്കും ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ ഞാൻ അഭിനന്ദനങ്ങളും ആശംസകളും നേരുകയാണ്. തുടർന്നും ഓറഞ്ച് ഫിലിം അക്കാദമിയുമായി ചേർന്നുകൊണ്ട് വിവിധങ്ങളായ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ നടത്തുവാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്നിവിടെ ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്ന IFFT ഓറഞ്ച് ഫിലിം അക്കാദമിയുമായി സംയുക്തമായി നടത്തുന്ന ഷോർട്ട് ഫിലിം ഡോക്യുമെന്ററി ചലച്ചിത്രോത്സവത്തിന് ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി എല്ലാ ഭാവങ്ങളും നേർന്നുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ വാക്കുകൾ ഉപസംഹരിക്കുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Mr. C.S. Biju is the Director of Media Studies at St. Thomas College, a close associate of Orange Film Academy and IFFT. The e-book will now be handed over from Mr. C.S. Biju and Mr. Cherian Joseph. Mr. Cherian Joseph is the Managing Trustee of the Orange Foundation and CEO of Orange Film Academy. I welcome you both on stage.
അപ്പോൾ ഈ സാധനം ഇവിടെ വെക്കട്ടെ.
അതിന് സെപ്പറേറ്റായിട്ടൊരു പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം തന്നെ ICT അക്കാദമി ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ICT അക്കാദമിയായിട്ട് സഹകരിച്ചിട്ട് ICT അക്കാദമി ഓറഞ്ച് ഫിലിം അക്കാദമിക്ക് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം പ്രത്യേകമായിട്ട് അതിലൂടെയാണ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞ നടക്കുന്നത്. ഈ ബുക്ക് റിലീസാണ്.
Childrasena Academy and has a prestigious post as the Secretary of the FFSI Kerala chapter. He's not here at the moment. Dr. K. Gopinathan is a filmmaker who won awards for filmmaking. One of the trustees of Orange Foundation, currently acts as the Academy Council member of Orange Film Academy. I invite him to introduce you to Shivendra Singh Gungapur.
Dear friends, I'm extremely happy to introduce a filmmaker, a unique contributor to the art of cinema, that is Shivendra Singh Gungapur. His contributions to cinema doesn't only include making films, that is a very unique kind of experience in the filmmaking. Maybe all over the world, only Lal as a Filipino filmmaker will be the only filmmaker who has made this kind of long films, lengthy films, long documentaries and feature films other than Shivendra Singh Gungapur. It is not just the length of the film he has made that makes uniqueness. The uniqueness of his films constitute the subject, the way he treats the film, the way he organizes his subject in his own unique way. And not only making films like Checkmate, In Search of Jerry Manziel, or The Immortals, a film on long documentary on the history of 100 years on history of Indian cinema, and many other films he has made. All these are a kind of deep delving into the soul of the subject that he is treating on celluloid. In 2012, he made his first documentary, that is A Celluloid Man, and that was a homage, a kind of recapturing of our beloved P.K. Nair's contributions to the cinematic art, that is preservation and archival efforts of this drawing of Indian film history. Inspired by this great archivist P.K. Nair, he started an academy, a kind of foundation of Indian heritage, cinematic heritage, and he has almost collected more than 500 films, not only Indian films, but films from all over the world, which might have lost forever unless he approached and taken care of these films and took tested of all these films and keeping in his custody. So this is a Herculean effort done by a filmmaker that makes him very unique. He is smitten by Jerry Manziel during his studentship in FTII, and following that interest, he travelled all over Europe and met hundreds of filmmakers from Europe in order to create this epic documentary of European, not only European, but particularly focusing on the Czechoslovakian New Wave. Many of the film lovers may not be knowing that Czechoslovakian New Wave during the 50s and 70s, roughly during the 50s and 70s, had a unique place in the history of world cinema. The glamorous movements of Italian neorealism and French New Wave might have got all accolades, but Czechoslovakian New Wave during 50s and 70s also deserved a big hand to the contribution of the cinematic art world. Defying all the censorship and all the oppressions of the then existing communist regime, dictatorship, Jerry Mansell, Milos Forman, Jan Carter, and Vera Chytilova, and many other Czechoslovakian filmmakers used all kinds of genres, absurdist humor and documentary realism, all kinds of genres to kind of subvert the oppression of the then existing regime in Czechoslovakia. And the result was an exciting history of Czechoslovakian cinematic texts which defy, or these are classic texts, school examples, school texts, how to deal with an oppressive government or how to deal with a regime which is against all kinds of freedom of expression. So using the state money, using the regime's money itself, these filmmakers of Czechoslovakian New Wave, they kind of rebelled against the existing state. That's the beauty of Czechoslovakian New Wave. So Jerry Mansell, in search of Jerry Mansell, and few other films made by Dungapur will be screened in this festival. And born in Patna, the state of Bihar, he moved to Doon School and then to St. Stephen's College in New Delhi, then to FTII, and that's a history of a beautiful travel, a creative travel which he followed cinema and cinema also followed him. Ultimately ended up in Europe. The entire population and entire area of Europe he traveled for making this particular film, which took, mind it, 8 years. So it's an exciting journey of filmmaking, an exciting and creative journey and dedication to this cinematic art, which is represented by the person that is Shivendra Singh Dungapur. So we have to be extremely happy and we are proud, and I am particularly privileged to introduce this great filmmaker, archivist amongst us, and I invite Shivendra Singh Dungapur to inaugurate this online program.
Mr. Dungapur is a filmmaker who has won many awards in filmmaking. He is founder of Film Heritage Foundation and has won many national film awards. Ask him to speak a few words.
immense talent. And the third, of course, was very important, was the influence of the economic and the war situation we brought in, which was very similar to what happened in France, Germany, everywhere else, that people wanted to shoot outdoor and they wanted to shoot with real actors, real field, move out of studios. At that point, the Czech Republic was Barrandov Studio, which produced all the films. And when the communists took over, they nationalized Barrandov Studio. So obviously what it meant is that all the films from that then on would be produced by the Barrandov Studio. And one very important event happened. In 1947, we started what's called FAMU, which is actually the film school, like the FTI. It was the film academy, the film school, where we have also had a lot of Indian students, but that's where the Czech New Wave was born. That's where they all grew up. And one of the most beautiful things about the Czech Republic is, or Slovakia in those years, before the partition of Czech and Slovakia, which happened in the 90s, was that most of the professors who were teaching in FAMU were also big filmmakers. So you had people like Vavra teaching there, you had Yasny, you had František Vlachil. Vlachil is a great filmmaker. If you haven't seen his work, you've got to see his work. And this is a pre-New Wave period where you also had filmmakers who were just trying to find ways to survive after the war. But they were really not new wave. They were just a pre-New Wave. Films like Jumping Over Buttons again is part of that. It was Barbara who sort of found these young students, and he started teaching them. A lot of people do not know that one of the teachers was a man called Milan Kundera. Milan Kundera was a film teacher, so he became a writer, and he taught journalism. He taught, if you Ivar Shom, Pavel Juracek, Jaromír were from a different class. Ivan Passer was from a different class. Miloš Forman was much senior. But who was the first man to start the Czech New Wave? It was a man called Stephen Huar. Stephen Huar made a film called Sun on the Net in 1962. That is called the first New Wave film. Stephen Huar was from Bratislava. He was a Slovakian, because that time Slovakia was part of Czechoslovakia, and there was no division. And Stephen Huar was sort of studying in FAMU, and he was highly influenced by Vavra and all the teachers. And the use of sound elements in that film. Look at the use of outdoor. He also had an associate by the name of Grechner, who became a very important Slovakian filmmaker years ago, and a very important figure of the Czech New Wave. Now, the Czech New Wave actually had begun in 62, 63, 64, 66, 65. I mean, so Menzel had made Closely Watched Train in 66, where was Days had come in 66. Loves of a Blonde and the early films of Miloš Forman had already come before that. So Miloš Forman was actually a senior person compared to Jerry Menzel. But they started meeting together to work together to make films. So what was the basic idea? Idea was that even though we had the same ideas, but we made different films, different kind of films. If you look at the Miloš Forman film, it's very different than Jerry Menzel. It's very different than Ivar Shom film. Very different than a Pavel Juracek or Jaromír or a Vereshchikova. So French New Wave. If you look at Godard or Truffaut or any of them, the way they began, the Czech New Wave was totally different. In fact, it was not united in any way in terms of the film form. But there was a lot of political upheaval happening. And Menzel was very attracted towards Renoir's work because he had seen Days in Life, one of the early short films of Renoir. And he was very keen to make a Renoir film, and he was very influenced by another filmmaker called Martin Fritsch. And I don't want to talk too much about what he is because you're going to watch the film and you're going to get an idea. But one of the major developments which took place during that time is the development of Dubček coming in. Dubček was what was called very liberal communist. In fact, Ivan Pasa has a very lovely saying that man with a human face. That means before that, they didn't have a human face, the communist regime. So when Dubček came in, he started various reforms in the Czech Republic, and that led these filmmakers to make those films. The reforms, what is called the Prague Spring. And the Prague Spring was very short-lived. But when I talk about the Prague Spring, which is those 8 months when Dubček came to power until he was removed by the Russian occupation in 1968, there was a whole revolution of films, and all the best films came during that time. And Miloš Forman and Ivan Pasa also ran away to America after that, after having made films like Love of a Blonde, Audition, a couple of other films. Ivan Pasa made Intimate Lighting in '65, one of the most favorite films. If you haven't seen Intimate Lighting, you must see it. And they sort of left Prague and they went off to America. And they, of course, Miloš Forman went on to make Amadeus and so many big films, Taking Away and Taking Sides, and all kinds of films. He won many Oscars. The most famous one being One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest. But there was a whole lot of filmmakers who decided to stay on in the Czech Republic. And the Russian occupation actually was quite devastating. It was the most horrid period. These filmmakers whom I interacted with spoke about that after the Prague Spring, it was like worse than Lincoln in Hitler's regime. The Russians not only, I think they used to call them Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks not only massacred them, took away all the rights of these filmmakers to make films. They killed some of them. Many of the filmmakers were killed, or many were not allowed to make films. Many films were censored, many were burnt, and it was the most tragic period of the Czechoslovakian way, where they were forced to make films for the state. And those films were very mediocre in that period, from nearly the 70s till the 80s. And if you look at Czech New Wave films, so let us divide it, that before the Russian occupation, you are getting money from the communist government to make films and you're making beautiful films. And then straight after the Russian occupation, the whole control had been taken over by the Russians. And the very famous Czech filmmakers, including Jakub Břisko, including Dušan Hanak. Because Czech New Wave is not just 4 or 5 filmmakers. It's a bunch of 25, 30 odd filmmakers. And that is the reason when I went to meet him and how that is. And I started talking to him about the Czech New Wave. And he started introducing me to films, one film after the other. And I we know who Janek was, who Jamil Rich was, or Ratchet. Whole lot of filmmakers came about. And then how he survived the Russian onslaught and many could not survive the Russians. And finally, when the Russians left in the 90s, many could not make films anymore because the ideology had gone. You see, when you don't have an ideology, you don't have a system to fight for, your filmmaking changes. So people like Vershitulova had to change their style of filmmaking. And in fact, the new wave sort of disintegrated. But what they left behind is a legacy and films, which even today, while you watch them, you have a beautiful smile. Films funded by the state, films with comic feeling, films with expression, films with talking about the state of mind, films which are individualistic, experimental. More importantly, they give you a worldview, a special worldview of the Czechs, heavily inspired by director Schweck. If you've not read Schweck, you should find out who this director Schweck is and how Schweck handles every situation, political situation. But for Jerry Menzel, the most important figure was Bungal Rabar, one of my favorite authors. And I was fortunate to go and spend time in his home. And I met him because he died in 1995. But I was able to travel to his village, to Kursko. Kursko is his village where he used to stay with his cats. And I was able to go through the initial drafts of what he wrote in Closely Watched Trains. And I was able to go with each Menzel to the station where they saw this beautiful film, Closely Watched Trains. Mr. Jerry Menzel passed away a few days ago, maybe a week ago. I've lost a friend, and the world has lost a great filmmaker. What I've learned with him is a sense of expression, compassion, but most importantly, a great humor. Humor which is so unique to him, which you can find only in his films of Closely Watched Trains, My Sweet Little Village, Snowdrop Festivities, Larks on a String. So many films of his. And I was very fortunate. I invited him to Kerala Film Festival. And that was his last trip to Kerala or to anywhere out of Prague before he fell ill and he passed away this month. I think when I look at the world of the Czech New Wave, I think of these great filmmakers. And I think a lot of parallel in India. That why we could not take on the system. These were not only filmmakers. You know what's so interesting about it is that when I spoke to them, they said we couldn't fight the Germans. The Czechs could not fight the Germans because our army was very weak. And we couldn't fight any enemy. The only way we could fight was through humor. Stories, humorous stories. I thought that was a beautiful sense of the Czech New Wave. The Czech New Wave finds its ways to every situation through humor. The fact that the Russians were there for such a long period of time, but it was the humor. They were taking the same money and making films without the Russians really realizing, because it's all humor. And they survived that humor. And that is so beautiful about the Czech New Wave. Unlike the French New Wave, unlike the Polish or the other European New Waves. I had the opportunity of spending time with Ken Loach, and we talked about the scene in Loves of a Blonde, one of the Miloš Forman films. When you see the film, suddenly realized that actually Czech New Wave is about people, normal people. They're no heroes. It's about a station master. It's about an ordinary school teacher. It's about a man living in a village. He's nobody. But taking the humor of life within it. Because life has got so much humor. And I spent every year going back. It was my research, my thesis, my love for the Czech New Wave, to discover more films, traveling between the whole of Czech and Slovakia, discovering these filmmakers. And I was fortunate that most of the filmmakers were alive when I made my film. And I completed it in 2018. And sadly, when you look at the Czech New Wave photograph, a group photograph, a lot of film trips, a lot of interviews, and I've tried to do it not like a chronological order, but I would be happy to answer any questions which you can pass on through the Orange Academy or the Orange International Online Short Documentary Film Festival. I would like to thank everyone at the festival and wishing them all the best. And for this very first inaugural, I'm sure this festival will go from strength to strength. I want to thank the director, the committee, the members, the distinguished guests, for all making it possible for this new era of online festival, which we are all trying to get used to it, because we made films with people, and we want to show it with people. Yes, the films will also change. You will be making it on online like this. Then it will make more sense to show it on online platforms. Thank you very much. Good night and stay safe. Thank you.
feature films, short documentaries, and TV programs in India for the past 3 decades. 9 of his short films are exhibited here. Welcome, sir. Ms. Rekha Raj is working as an assistant professor at the School of Gandhi Thought and Development Studies at Mahatma Gandhi University. She spent the Architecture and Dalal Ambedkar Studies. I welcome you, ma'am. Mr. Aditya Shankar is an author of After the Scene, collection of poems. He has founded the animation studio D3V. His animated short film has participated in international film festivals such as IDSFK. Welcome you, sir. That's our due. Mr. K. Joseph presently adorns the position of Executive Member of the Kerala Chalachitra Academy and bears the prestigious post of Secretary of the FFSI Kerala chapter. I ask you to speak a few words.
Hello. Secretary from the School of St. John's College, St. Joseph, Chairman of Film Academy, Krishna Minister, Director of EMRC, and at the same time the Festival Director, Mr. Damodar Sarji, Director of the Academic Council of Oral Film Academy, Mr. K. Gobinathan, Dr. K. Gobinathan, and CEO of Orange Film Academy, Cyprian Joseph, and St. Thomas College Media Studies Center Director, Biju sir. So it is my privilege to propose a lot of thanks on this occasion. So first of all, I would like to thank all the august personalities who are present here and deliver their talk here. And they have presented a lot of new ideas here. It's very welcoming. And I don't know how to thank Mr. Chirendra Singh Dungapu. He came online from such a long distance from Mumbai. And he was there online from 5 o'clock onwards, and after half an hour he delivered a speech, such a long speech. So we should, I don't know how to thank him, because it was a very, it really made us to a very new height, really. And the other two personalities, I would like to thank our Mr. K.G. Das, who did a documentary on Mr. Gaston Roberts, and the person, Dr. Mundal, who invested a big money in a documentary on Gaston Roberts. Both of them have sent their 5 to 10 minutes talk all
കാഴ്ച ഫിസിക്കലായി ഭാവ
on behalf of Orange Film Academy, I would like to thank St. Thomas College and its media studies to give support to this film festival. And I will not forget ICT Academy, Srikanth sir and his team. They have given such a strong support to realize this online festival, film festival, with their sound technical support. Similarly, I have to thank all media network, including UNI and other Malayalam English news dailies. They have covered well this festival. And I would like to say one word about Mr. Damodar Prasad. His creative support around the clock, 24 hours. And he came with new ideas about the festival. And most of the packages he created. And really a big thank to you, Damodar sir. And Cherian Joseph, his hard work round the clock, he was working to realize this dream for the past many weeks, and it's really amazing. A big thanks to from my personally I thanks Cherian Joseph also, and all the Orange Academy team members. They have worked overnight to set the things in right framework. Really, I thank our own team members also.
Thank you for that. Now we'll announce the inaugural films. COVID Anand, directed by P.N. Ramachandran. Neighbors, directed by Norman McLeod. Terrarium Locker Room, directed by Katsu. Magnus by EMMRC Calicut.